What's up, guys? So today I'm going to do a bit of mining. Um, I've recently got myself a mole. What happened was I got tired of the rock, and because it just wouldn't work properly. Like after you got one or two little nodes, the damn thing just wouldn't work anymore. So I got tired of it. I got tired of the server not responding and so on. So I moved up to a prospector, and of course, so I didn't want to do the regular stuff because of pirates and stuff. So I started doing asteroid mining. Okay, and this is after taking I don't know, about 4 or 5 months away from the game because I got burned out. So that's why I've not done a video in a good while. But I recently got back into it once my C2 came into the game. So here I am. And basically, I started doing Quantanium mining. So I did a lot of research, what was the best way of doing that, the best fit and so on. And then I've sort of made my own version of that as far as what I've found successful. But I then got tired of the prospector because I had to keep leaving, big old rocks of Quantanium behind. And, there are ways you can mark the spot, like, do a box mission, take the box with you, drop the box there, so you can go back to where that spot is and so on. But that's a big pain in the butt, So, to have to do that every time. So I thought, you know what? It's time. It's time I got them all. So that's exactly what I did. I traded in or melted my rock and a paint job I had for it, and the prospector and the paint job I had for it. And then I paid the extra to just, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it properly. So I got them all. And I have to say, it's freaking awesome. And I wish I'd done it a long time ago. It has more powerful size 2 mining heads on it. And it's actually a really cool ship, too. It's very, as you can see, industrial looking. I'm sure you've seen them all before. It's been around a while now. But I've never got into it. So, anyway, I've been doing this for, a couple of weeks in the mole, and I really like it. And I know some people will tell you, don't get the mole to do solo mining, blah, blah, blah. No, they're just haters. Don't listen to them. It's totally doable. Okay. Does it take a little bit more patience? Yeah, a little bit, because, you can't move and mine at the same time like you can in a prospector. But this thing holds 3 times the ore storage, the ore cargo. So, it holds 96 SCUs as opposed to 32 in the prospector. So, and let me just tell you, 2 big Quantanium asteroids that are about 40 or so percent, if you're lucky enough to find those. If you find 2 asteroids that are both in the 40s as far as a percentage of Quantanium, they will fill this thing up. Just need 2. So all you got to do, which I'll show you, is break them up first, all right, into the purple chunks, and don't break up chunks that don't have Quantanium, because that'll make it a lot easier when you're doing the extraction, okay? And you want to do the extraction all in one go, because, of course, as soon as you start sucking up some Quantanium, that 15-minute timer starts. And if you don't get your ship back to the refinery, or back to the station and stored, by the time that 15 minutes is up, boom, you're dead. So there is, there's a process to it. There's a procedure, but it's real simple. And as long as you stick to it, you can't really go wrong. So what I've done, just let me go over the fit real quick here. So this is what I've found personally to be the most useful. This is as far as soloing it, okay? Now, there are, people say you can use a Helix 2 for the extraction and so on, and, you know. But honestly, I've not found the need to. I've actually done 4 asteroids and still made it back to base without dying. They're all, in a cluster. Okay. So what I basically do, I put Lancets, which is the weakest head, so you might not think that it would be the best one to use, but for Quantanium mining it is, because Quantanium is super unstable, okay? So what you want to do, what you'll see happening is, due to the instability of Quantanium, when you're mining it and you're trying to keep it in that little green area, right, you'll see it suddenly jump up into the red, and then you're screwed, that's when you need to just turn off the laser and just pray that it freaking calms down and doesn't explode in your face. So, to combat the instability and those jumps and to keep it stable, right, what we do is we use the Brant module on your laser, on your mining head, okay? So I've got, obviously there's 3 of them on the mole, so mining slot, turret weapon slot 1 is the main one, the middle one. There's 2 on the side too. So we're a size 2, okay, of course. Lancet. And they're real cheap. They're like 25,000, compared to the 108,000 of our Helix. So it's not even expensive. The module that you want, I've tried a few different ones, as you can see. The Surge and the Stampede, these will give you a little boost. Like if you look down here, you'll see these boosts to your charging of the rock. But honestly, you only really need those if you're using a prospector with a size 1. This size 2 Lancet, it'll take a few minutes, but I've not had it fail to cut through a rock, to crack a rock yet, on its own, without the Surge or Stampede. The other 2 I've tried is the FLTR or filter module, which basically filters out 10% inert materials. There's bigger sizes so you can filter out more, but they cost more. And the Riga, and that's supposed to increase your optimal charge window by 6%. This is just the small one, which is the green area in the charging HUD. I didn't find it did that good a job. 6% isn't really a lot, and it also increased the resistance, so it took longer to crack the rock. So what I'm thinking of doing is just, like you see here, I've just got Brants on all 3 slots. So each mining head has 3 slots for consumables. And what the Brant does is he gets that instability down by 75%. Okay? Now, the charge rates do drop by 25%, and it gets hotter. But what you do is you kick it in once you get near the green. When you're about to go into the green, that's when you hit your Alt 1, 2, or 3 on the keyboard to activate the Brant, and it lasts for 90 seconds. So that should be enough time for you to get through the whole green, fill up the green part of the charging HUD and crack it. And it'll keep it stable. So as long as you concentrate on the laser and sort of compensate for server lag, and the laser power adjustments, you should, with the Brant going, you should be able to, get through a rock that has, 40-something% Quantanium without it going into the red. You should be able to control it, even though it'll have initially high stability. As soon as the Brant kicks in, you're golden. You just got to concentrate on it. But none of the crazy spikes and pushing into the red without the Brant. Okay. So you get 5 uses on each one. So I'm going out with 3, so I've got 15, and we'll keep using the same one until it runs out, and basically it just falls off the mining head and floats away. So you can't re-equip until your ship is stored again. Okay, so that's why I've got 3. Because if I find a cluster of rocks, what'll happen is, I could easily use more than one Brant. I might get into the second. The other day, I had a cluster of 5 Quantaniums, and I only had 2 Brants on. I used them all up, and all I had was the Riga, and I barely managed to crack it with that. It was difficult because of the server lag, So that's the thing. This is the one I found to be most useful for solo mining Quantanium in a mole. Okay, you don't need any power boost. What you need is to reduce instability. That's what you need. So that's why I've got the Brants. Does it take longer than if you put a surge on or a stampede? Sure. Yeah, it'll take a few minutes longer. You know, you got to be patient, but you'll be so glad that you have all these Brants on there. Okay? And I'm speaking from experience because I've tried a bunch of stuff I've seen on YouTube, you know, different configurations, different fits, and for the mining head consumables. And this is the only one I end up using on the mole. You know, these are great, as I say, for the prospector. You do need them on the size 1 heads, but on the size 2, it's pretty cool. It'll do it. Now, of course, you could, if you do have a buddy with you, you could, by all means, put a Helix 2 on one of these, and you know, put a bunch of these filter modules on to suck up, because they do stack. So you could have, you know, 30% less inert materials, right? The extraction rate will be really slow, but the Helix 2 is a faster extraction head, so you know, it would sort of compensate. So you could, if you want, have a purpose-made extraction head, but I don't bother with that because honestly, it's quick enough. The Lancet on its own does fine. So that's the head setup. Basically, it's a Lancet size 2 with 3 Brants on it, and these you can buy at our base of operations we're going to use, which is Crew L1 station, because that gives you the best rate, yield, whatever, for Quantanium refining. Okay, so, and this is important. So you want to get, once you get your mole, you know, you want to get your head set up properly with 3 of these. All right. As far as the other ship modules, this is also important. You want the fastest military drive you can, which actually still has a good range on the mole. But we're not going far, so it doesn't even matter about that. On the Prospector, you could do the VK00, and even though it has, you know, really short range, it's actually easily enough to get to where we're going and get back to Crew L1 again. So if you do have a Prospector, I recommend using, and you want to do Quantanium mining, I'd say use the Lancet size 1 with a Surge and a Stampede and a Brant. Okay, so those 3. That's for a Prospector. All right. And for the Quantum, you want the VK00. Use the Oracle website if you want to, you know, check where these things are at. Okay, the DPS calculator website. Why are we using this? Why do we need it as fast as possible? Because of that 15-minute timer once you start extracting. Although we're not going too far, you know, every second counts sometimes. If you've made a mistake or, you know, and you took longer than you should have, you sort of dilly-dallied, you know, once you started extracting, you know, I'm pretty sure it's come down to less than a minute before my ship exploded on the pad, sometimes, you know. So every second counts. So do, you know, the first upgrade to your mole, I would say would be an XL1. Okay, fastest military drive. It's the fastest quantum drive you can get for it. As far as the other stuff, this is really just pirate protection. And I say that because, you know, if you prefer to go to somewhere like Hurston L3, you know, to do this, you're going to need pirate protection. Now, nothing can protect you fully, you know, if it's a good gang of pirates who knows what they're doing, like, say, Mongrel Squad or someone, right? But you need every edge you can get, right? If it's one pirate, you should be good. If it's a bunch of them, yeah, you should just run, okay? So, and you may not even be able to do that. But this is the best you can do. So for a cooler, the military Class A Blizzard, this guy. And I'll tell you why I've chosen these. And for the power plant, the military Class A Quadracell MX. Why not the JS? because, and this is where the pirate protection comes in, they have the same, well, okay, simple way of putting this is basically distortion damage, okay? The Blizzard and the Quadricell MX, they have the best distortion damage and hit points on them, health points, whatever. So in other words, it takes more distortion damage to shut them down. So if you're being attacked by pirates, they're not going to try to blow you up. They're going to want what you have, right? Or they're going to want you to give them some money. So they're not trying to kill you or blow you up. What they're trying to do is disable you, okay? And I have respect for them because it's not easy. Like, I've actually considered joining Mongrel Squad, and I couldn't because of work commitments, but because it looks like a lot of fun, what they do, and it's not easy. Like, if you actually take the time to watch their videos, which I believe every miner should, you know, educate yourself on the ways of the pirate, you know. But those guys are good at what they do. And they'll be shooting distortion weapons at you, and they'll be EMPing you as well, okay? And if they're really on the ball, they'll have, you know, quantum dampener to stop you jumping away. So, as far as tactics goes, you know, you're just fit these because they have the best distortion resistance, or rather, it takes more distortion hits to knock these modules out. The toughest when it comes to that. So the Blizzard, the Quadricell MX, and of course the shield config. I think this is the best. You know, you've got the FR-76 military class A for the shield regen rate, and then the Rampart industrial class A for the shield health pool. Okay, so you've got toughness and regen speed, like a good combination there. Over the stock fitting, the stock ratings, like if you compare it on Oracle, you'll see that with these two, not only have you increased the shield hit points, but you've also increased the shield regen rate. Okay, so these are the two best ones. As far as weapons, I mean, you're not going to want to fight in this. I tried to put like a size 1 gimbal on it, but it won't let me for some reason. So you're stuck with two size 2 fixed weapons, which is weird. I don't know why you'd put fixed on this thing. It flies like a brick, you know. You cannot dogfight in this thing. So honestly, it should have 2 turrets on it, you know. I mean, I can see it being tough. So why you wouldn't have 2 turrets on here for defense, I have no idea. But I have heard that, you know, you can have a good old go with the mining lasers at pirates and it does damage them, but it sounds pretty desperate to me. If you're in that situation, I don't know. But basically you've got 2 fixed, so I put 2 attritions on there, 2 size 2 attritions. You can also try, you know, neutrons on there. The neutron cannons, good alpha damage on those. But, you know, honestly, you're not going to want to get in a fight in this thing. You know, if you are targeted, you should just get the hell out, you know. Just so have a quantum jump ready, already set, and say goodbye to whatever you're mining, because it's not worth it. You can always find another one, and just get the hell out of there, you know. If you get pounced on by a whole gang, like Mongrel Squad, honestly, you know, unless they take too long or something, you're probably not going to go anywhere, because they're going to quantum dampen you, so you can't jump. If they don't jump, then this fit should allow you to survive long enough to jump. That's basically what it does. You're not supposed to be fighting in this, right? So it should allow you long enough to get the hell out of there. However, if they've got, you know, a Mantis or a Cuddy Blue, then yeah, they're going to quantum dampen you and just like throwing a net over you, you know, and then they're just going to beat you with distortion weapons until your ship just shuts down. At that point, you know, I've never been in that situation, but I don't know what I'd do. You know, you could get in one of the bunks and just log off. It seems like the coward's way out, and it's not really very realistic. It kind of kills immersion. If you do that, I mean, you wouldn't go to sleep when you're being attacked, would you? It wouldn't be like, oh, I'm just gonna nod off for a bit, have a little nappy nap, and when I wake up, they'll all be gone. No. So, that's kind of a cheat, I think, and it's not good sportsmanship. But if you don't care about that, if you have no honor, right, then do it. I don't know if that'll work. Honestly, I don't know. I assume your ship would disappear, despawn when you log out. Who knows? Interesting. I have to do an experiment with that. Be interesting to try. I mean, I suppose, if you just found like 96 SCUs of Quantanium and you're just about to jump back and then you get jumped, well, I think you could be forgiven for trying to log off. You know what I mean? But because you're talking a lot of money there. Anyway, so these are the things you have to consider. Basically, if you're going to do this. But this is the best way to do it. Just avoid pirates altogether, right? Because this is the thing. I mean, a lot of people just go to, like, Hurston L3 or whatever and try and do it there. And they do find good rocks. Or they'll go to a moon, like Lyria or whatever, and do it there. You can find good Quantanium rocks there. But, you risk the chance of being pirated, okay? So, what do? Well, of course, you go to the Iron Asteroid Belt, okay? Which, if you don't know, is... If it works. Come on. There we go. Wait for it to draw it. Alright, so you can see the asteroid belt there. Hold on. Alright, so we are here at Crew L1. And here's the asteroid belt. So basically, to get to it, in case you didn't know, you may have just thought it was decoration if you're fairly new to the game, but it's actually there. It's a real thing, okay? Which is cool. And there's a lot of Quantanium in it. It does take a bit of searching, just like any other place. So, as far as I'm concerned, why the hell would you go to, Her L3 or, Lyria or somewhere, for Quantanium when you can just go here? Why is it so good there, you might ask? Well, because you drop out manually. So you drop out in a completely random location. And the chances of someone finding you there are pretty much, I'd say, infinitesimal. I mean, they would literally have to drop out at precisely the same point as you. And the chances of that happening are, it's got to be almost impossible. Because this, you're talking in a huge area of space here. Okay, it's not like, you may think a moon is big, but when you're talking out here in open space, it's huge. Okay, so there's no way they're going to drop out where you are. So this is what you do. You basically would set course if you're here at Crew L1, which is where you want to be for Quantanium Refinery. You basically set course to cross the asteroid belt, okay, to get your ship quantuming in the right direction. So you just set course for Arc L3. And what you do is you drop out. It's usually around, you have to sort of test it because it keeps sort of changing. It was like 12.7 million kilometers before you get to Arc L3. So once it says, your distance is 12.7 million kilometers, that's when you want to hit B and drop out. Lately, it's been closer to 12. I don't know if they keep sort of moving it. I don't know what the deal is with that. What I can tell you is it doesn't appear to be where it is on the map. It's usually a bit shorter. Okay, so you have to kind of experiment and find where it is, but that's the way to do it. Of course, you can also do it going across to Arc L5 because you'll cross it here. But again, you'll have to sort of drop out around here and experiment and try and find out what the exact distance to Arc L5 is from Crew L1 to drop out at. So you can do that on any asteroid belt crossing quantum path. But since we're at Crew L1 here, it just makes sense. It's a shorter trip, right, if you're going to go here. Because here to here is much shorter than here to here, right? And we want that quantum jump to be as short as possible because of the 15-minute time constraint. So it's 15 minutes from when you start sucking up that Quantanium. So that 15 minutes includes your extraction time. So you've got, in 15 minutes, you have to extract all of the Quantanium that you found, and then jump back to Crew 01, do the little jump from Crew 01 to the station, request landing, and then actually land on the pad, and do it carefully and slowly, because this is unstable cargo, and if you bump it too much, your ship could explode. Just think of it like you're carrying nitrous or something, you know? Like, you drop it, it'll explode, you know what I mean? So you really have to be careful. So you don't want to be rushing. I mean, of course you will be rushing, but you know what I'm saying? You have to be careful when you're doing this. So that's why the shorter the quantum trip, in other words, you know, ARC-L3 is the optimum place there, the better, and the faster the quantum drive, the XO1, the better, okay? So that's the idea. Basically, you mine out in the Aryan asteroid belt, you find a good rock or two. Two is all you need. 2 good rocks, and that'll fill you up. You know, if they're sort of less than 40%, then you might need to get a third, you know. But basically, if you find 2, you're good. I mean, even 1 is good. You know, I would take 1. Any Quantanium rock I find, you know, 30 or 40% Quantanium, I'm taking, even in the 20s. Below that, I tend to fly past it, because it's not really worth the trouble, honestly. You won't get a lot. Unless you don't care and you just want to get whatever you find. I mean, it's up to you. But that's me personally. You know, I will, I'm out here to find a 20, 30, 40, preferably %. The other day, I did find a cluster of like 6, I think it was, Quantanium rocks. 3 of them had like 2%, 1 was 30-something, and then 2 of them were 40-something. I didn't even need the 30-something. I decided to leave it behind. The 2 with the 40-something filled up the mole. It was full of Quantanium. Okay, so that's really all we need. 2 good rocks, 40%, you're golden. You know, that's a full mole. It's like 3 prospectors full. It's crazy. Okay, so that's sort of mole Quantanium mining 101 as far as the theory. So let's now put this into practice. Okay. So, you know, like I said, doing this, we shouldn't, hopefully, I haven't yet, you know, encounter any pirates. So, we're free to just, you know, chill and just search and search and search until we find good rocks, okay? Once you find them, then the action starts. The most boring part is the search, honestly. But once you've found the rocks, then it's on, you know? You got to scan them, find the ones that are good, break them down, only break up the yellow outlined ones that have Quantanium in them into purple outlined ones ready for extraction. The ones with no Quantanium in them, leave them. Don't bother with them, okay? I don't care if there's laranite in there. I don't care what's in there. Leave it. It's not worth it. Compared to Quantanium, it's a waste of time. So just break those down. Once you've got everything broken down and ready for extraction, then you just extract it all in one go. You know, try and position your ship so that you can extract everything, because it has a 300-meter range, the extraction laser. So, you know, if you've got 2 rocks, try and position your ship sort of in the middle, almost. I mean, the laser can go back a little bit, but you want to be like here, above this one, so it's sort of, they're below you but in front of you, right? And then you will find that usually you'll be able to extract both of them in one go, okay? And then just get the hell out of there, back to the station, and store your ship as quickly as possible. Once you store your ship, you're safe, okay? And then you go to the refinery and set that up. So let's have a quick look at the refinery, so you can see what's involved in that. I've actually got, and I'll show you the big one that I have. One sec. The one I found the other day where I had the cluster, and I all I needed was 2. The 2 that were 40-something% Quantanium, they filled up the mole. I literally had like 94, I think, SCUs of Quantanium in the hold. That's the most I've ever had. And it made for a huge refinery order. It cost me like nearly 17,000 using the Divinix solventation method, which is the slowest method, but oh shit, I don't want to get in an elevator, it's just weird. You know, slowest method, but gives you the best yield, right? Alright, so it's quite a trip to the refinery. That's the other thing you gotta take into account is the elevator trip from the pad, you know, to the ship terminal where you can store your ship. And it doesn't store the ship right away, as I'm sure you know, it takes it like a good sort of 30 seconds to a minute sometimes to actually store your ship once you click it, depending on the server you're on. So, you know, you got to factor all these things in. So that's why, you know, the quantuming has to be as short and as fast as possible. Because every second counts, okay? Once you're at that point. But just to show you the refinery real quick, and then we'll get out there. And I know I've been waffling on, but honestly, this is all like vitally important stuff. And I'm trying to do like an all-in-one video. Oops, daisy. Oh, there's a window. Yeah, you can actually fly outside by that red sign, the red side of the building there, and look in here. It's pretty cool. Anyway, so here we are, the refinery. Pretty cool place, I have to say. You know, they built all this, and it's really just scenery, and it really gives it, you know, the sounds and everything really gives it that atmosphere. You know, it's cool. It's like, yeah, these guys are working. They're working on my order. You know, they're working on my order. Refining, you know, it's cool.
I need someone from maintenance to get the ventilation control.
That stuff in there could be my Quantanium being refined. You don't know. Alright, so basically you just walk straight over here. Oh, here's the little mining shop, by the way. It's kind of cool. So you can buy the Brant modules in here.
Hi, good to have you back.
Hey, what's up?
Finding everything all right?
I don't think you can buy the head here. You have to check on Urkel where you can buy the Lancet head. Let me just check. Size 2. We can get the Helix size 2, but yeah, they only have the size 1. So you've got to go, I think it's PO you go to. There's a few places you can get it, but unfortunately they don't have it here. But maybe it's, I think Dumpers Depot in Area 18, if I remember right, they have them there. But you can buy the brand here. It's not expensive. Just get 3 of them. Well, actually, I bought a bunch of them. I bought like 10, but whatever. Yeah, just get at least 3. Alright, so yeah, there's regular ore sales here. So what I like to do when I get back from mining is just check how much they're worth just in the raw mode, you know? So you can see how much you would get for them just unrefined. And basically, you might say, okay, well, why do you bother refining it then? Well, because when you refine it, it doubles the price. So you literally get about twice as much cash for refined materials, okay? So if we look here, let's see, it tells you you've got 1 currently on. I already took the others and sold them. It's going to take it, this is only cost me about 17,000 credits. So you need a bit of money, you know, hanging around to pay for refining, okay? The more you have, the more it's going to cost, and so on and so forth. This has taken a long time. It's taken nearly 5 days, so I've got another 4 days to go yet. But look at all that Quantanium. And let me just tell you that if you work out, you know, 8,073 units of Quantanium, I think currently it sells about 85 credits a unit. You know, so 85 times this, that is the money that you make when you sell it. So, you know, it's going to be about 650,000, something like that, you know. Anyway, so that gives you an idea. I'm not interested in talking to this guy. Jeez. Making a video, buddy. So off we go. So this is the refinery. That's the only bit. The rest of it's scenery. The only bit you need is where we just were. The shop to buy Brants and the refinery office to put in your work orders. Okay. So, that's the refinery. and this was the first time, you know, that I got into it. The refinery, I'd never even been there before. So I didn't know what the heck I was doing. But it's cool. Digging it. And I've made so much money. Because right now, trading is, you know, you can't make money on it. It's very hard to make money, not like you used to, you know. So I've found that this has been the most money so far for me. Right now, I mean, as you can see, I don't have a lot of cash. That was just a small order I sold earlier. Oh, and where do you go to sell them? Area 18. Okay, just take it to the TDD there, Trade and Development Division, and they'll buy all the freaking Quantanium you can give them, and they'll give you a good price for it. So don't bother going to, you know, Hurston, Lowville. Just go to Area 18 on ArtCorp. And for transportation, take the toughest cargo ship you have. For me, I mean, I've got a Caterpillar, but I use my Starlifter. And that I've basically fit pretty much with the same philosophy, which is fastest quantum drive you can get, which is a military Class A TS2, because you want to limit the chances that you're going to get a 30K, because that's the other thing. Once it's refined, you got to put it in your cargo ship, and you got to take it. You know, you don't get paid unless you sell it, right? So to get paid, you got to go take it somewhere and sell it. So we take it to Area 18 on ArtCorp, and we sell it there. So you need the fastest ship, and you also need the toughest ship, right? And the C2 is great for that. Same fit, same philosophy. You know, you want that distortion weapon protection, you know, as much as you can. I mean, of course, like if they pull you out of quantum and put a quantum dampener down, yeah, it's kind of game over. At that point, you may as well pay them something, or, you know, make a deal with them to give them a portion of the profits, you know. Now, you might say, well, you know, are they gonna trust me? Well, if they're proper pirates, you know, they do believe in honor and your word, you know. So, to me, I don't know. I mean, I don't have a lot of cash, you know, because I'm always spending it on ship parts. So, what I would do is I would make a deal with them and be like, because, you know, your word is your reputation, right? So I'd be like, look, don't kill me, because I'm going to make a bunch of money off this. But I tell you what I'll do, I'll cut you in. If you let me live, in fact, why don't you escort me down to Area 18, right? Escort me. I give you my word, I'll give you 20% of whatever I make. You know? These are, you know, they're real people. I mean, if it was me, damn, I'd escort them down for 20% of whatever they're carrying. Chances are no one's going to attack us. I'm literally just flying for 20%, you know. And to me, as a miner, 20%, as an example, is a cut I'm willing to make for not dying and losing everything, right? 80% is better than nothing, you know. So, you know, and I think this kind of gameplay is cool. It's emergent gameplay. It's real gameplay with real people. You know, these are real pirates. And as I say, if you're a miner, I urge you to watch Mongrel Squad and look at how organized they are and look at how smart they are, and understand that if they get you, you're not getting away, you know, unless you cooperate. So be smart about it, you know. Don't be a child. Don't self-destruct, you know. Like, be smart, dude. Like, 80% is better than zero. If you self-destruct, you lose everything. What's the point? You know, what are you going to do then? Rage quit? You know what I mean? So talk to them and make a deal. You know, that's my advice. Anyway, you know, be an adult, basically. Okay, so same, you know, you want to give yourself a fighting chance, of course, if you can, you know, quantum out of there, then yeah. But mostly, if they're smart, if they know what they're doing, they're going to quantum dampen you. You won't be able to do anything. You won't be able to go anywhere. It's pointless, you know. So at that point, open comms, make a deal. But anyway, if it's just one little miner and he doesn't have a quantum dampener, I mean one little pirate and he doesn't have a quantum dampener, then you know, this will be your best bet for getting away, is distortion resistance, which these things can take a pounding. Okay, so the same fit basically. Blizzards, Quadricell MX, FR86, and the Parapet. Okay. And these are also good protection against PV pirates too, NPCs, right? Who are nowhere near as smart. The weapons on this, M6As, just because that's what's already on there, and also they actually have the best distortion weapon resistance, so they will take longer to shut down when you're being shot at with distortion weapons. So, you know, that's really all you can do. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. So that's my fit for my C2. I haven't fit out my... I've also got a Carrack, you know, you could do it in that. The C2 actually has more hit points than the Carrack, believe it or not, if you look on Urkel. So the C2 is a tough ship. So, you know, if you want a tough cargo ship, that's the one to get. Where are you? That way. Get that. Okay. So this is just, I'm just trying to dispense words of wisdom here. Right, let's get on with it. So, 40 minutes. Class is over. Now we're out into the world, and we're going to put this into practice. So first thing you want to do, you want a groovy little mining outfit like this. You know, very snazzy. Not too dorky. I still look kind of tough, but, you know, you can tell I'm an industrial kind of guy, right? So, anyway. I mean, you can look however you want, but that's how I like to do it. Alright, so you can see my star lifters here at Ambitious Stream, because that's what I use for transporting the finished cargo. And then we've got our Argomon. Okay, so let's get him out. I do wish that they would put on the model of the ship, you know, an extra 4 bins for the ore, because it basically has, I believe I'm right in saying, twice the number of bins on the model that the Prospector has, and yet it has 3 times the storage space. So I'm like, why didn't they put 3 times the number of bins? I don't know. They could easily fit another 4 on there, 2 on each side. So, who knows? I guess they don't think about these things. Shit, where was it? I was not paying attention. Pad 3, okay. So it's going to be on a pad 3, so scroll past these. Oops. Make sure no one's in here with me. Now, Mole does use up hydrogen fuel pretty fast, so you want to just travel around slowly. Don't go into the red when you're scanning, which you should be doing anyway. You know, scan at slow speeds so you don't miss anything. But we'll go over the pre-flight checks. Alright, so here she is. Lovely. You know, if you want to do mining properly, this is what you want. She has VTOL. Yeah, you see how she has 8 bins, 4 on each side. She really needs 12. But anyway. There's the seat down there that we're going to be sitting in to do the mining. And the bridge is up there. Here's the mining head, the Lancet, with 3 brants. Those red things on the end, on each corner. You know, those are the brants, okay? And they're controlled with Alt 1, Alt 2, and Alt 3. I've got Lancets on the side ones too, but I haven't used those yet. This is a cool ship. She has a bunch of lights. Like, I don't know if you can see those lights there, but if you want to light something up, this is the ship to do it with. Anyway, and then you've got the 2 little guns up there, you know, kind of pointless. I mean, you might be able to see off an NPC with those maybe, but yeah, you don't want to fight in this ship. And I never see any NPCs out in the asteroid belt. Alright, so a little lighted circle there, and to open it, it's somewhere, it's like, where is it? There it is. And stand back. Now this can be a bit dodgy sometimes getting on here. I've seen people get killed just like in the Prospector. What is it with mining ships and killing you when you're trying to board them, you know? Alright, up we go. It's a really cool, you know, industrial ship. Alright, so here we are. We're actually got to get out of here. These two side doors, that's the side turrets, okay? But we're going up the stairs. Oh, the engineering station's behind, by the way. Is that a door? It looks like a door, right? It's not though. Anyway, this is the door. I wonder where that leads. Oh, nowhere. That's pretty weird. Okay. Anyway, back here is habitation. You know, these are your bunks, suit storage, toilet, right, in here. Cool. Standard thing, you know. So 4 bunks. I think through here is supposed to be a refinery area, but it doesn't do anything yet. So it just looks cool. Down there is the main central mining turret, so that's the one we'll be using, and this is the bridge. Okay, co-pilot seat, pilot seat. Alright. And as I say, we're at crew L1. That's, you want that to be your base of operations. So let's get her up and running.
Systems activating.
And I just want to show you these lights real quick. Check this out. Boom! Is that enough lights for you? Perfect for the depths of space in the asteroid belt. Anyway, she's such a cool ship, right? Okay, so you want to switch this. Oh, come on. Switch this over to shields. Alright. And what you want to do is actually go full forward on the shields. Okay. So hold that down. Set a key if you don't want bound. You should always have your shield directions bound. But what's that gonna do? It's gonna put only 25% to the sides and rear. And it's gonna put 325 to the front. And you need that in case a rock explodes in your face. You don't want to die. Oh, whoops. For the power, you want to overclock that main Lancet mining head there, but it never seems to show, so I don't know if it's doing it or not. But anyway, do it just to do it, you know. I don't know what I'm doing. Power. Yeah, there you go. Switch back to that. Okay. All right, so that's that set. So let's just get the heck out of here.
Launch complete.
Gear up. VTOL's up. Alright. Punch it. Now. Is my head tracking on?
Please visit again.
My head tracking is on. But for some reason, it ain't working. Who knows why? Was working the other day. See, it's on. Oh, there we go. Disable all the axes for translation because you just don't need it. If this is too much, I may turn this off. Whoops, did not want to do that. Okay. So maybe, oops. Just use the mouse. We might just use the mouse. Because I'm doing the video, I don't want to make you all car sick, you know, motion sickness. There we go. So we'll just use the mouse. So what I'm just going to move the mouse like this to look around, you know, when I'm scanning. Okay, so you got to do that. All right. So, of course, what we want is to set our quantum point for Arc L3, which is over here. Spool up the quantum drive. Now look at the distance, 18.6 million kilometers. All right, or gigameters, whatever you want to say, whatever floats your boat.
Quantum travel engaged.
So what we want to do, you can see the shields up there. That's how you want it, and up there. All right, so we want to watch the distance, okay? Once that gets to just before 12, we want to drop out. So get ready on the B key. See how fast she is. That's, as I say, very important. All right, here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and dropping.
Quantum travel complete.
Boom, baby. Just like that. All right, let's come to a stop. Now, if you look around, oh yeah, that's what you want. If you don't see asteroids appear like that, you're in the wrong place. You either went past it or you didn't get to it yet. But what you want is asteroids like that, okay? First thing you should do when you get here, set your quantum point back to the station Crew 01 there, the Ambitious Dream Station. Okay? And turn your ship around. And what you're going to do is basically work your way generally in that direction. Okay? So generally over there. And that way, you're not going around in circles, scanning the same stuff over and over, you know, which obviously would be really stupid and a waste of time. So you want that, because you can easily get turned around in here, everything looks the same. You know, you want a point of reference, basically. And that's what that is, okay? And also, once you're done extracting, you want to be able to quantum out of here as quickly as possible. You don't want to be faffing around in the map, and it might not work. You know, it might glitch out, and you're like, oh my god, I'm wasting time here. You know, I mean, that could literally be the difference between storing your ship successfully and it exploding on the pad before you can do so. You know, so set that quantum point. That's absolutely important. All right. Anyway, it's set. Now, if you look at the speed limiter, we want to bring that down to the first notch. Okay, about there. So if you haven't already, set some keys or something for that. Okay. All right. So scanning mode, and usually like 1 times or at most like 2 times like that is pretty good. And you got to kind of get used to the way the scanning works with the asteroids here. So like you can hold it down for a full you know, full power scan, and it will not show you stuff that's nearby. You do a quick little burst, and then it'll show you stuff that's nearby. It's kind of weird. You would think that a full power scan would show everything, right? I don't know if it's a bug, but it doesn't seem to do that. So you can do a little burst like that. Anything around? Not really, right? Full power. Oh, there's something. Alright, so we can check this guy out. Not a lot in this area, though. So if this takes a while, I'll just kind of fast forward through it, because I'm pretty sure you get the idea. Scanning, and then you have to get within 3,000 meters of whatever it is, and then hold your other button down to actually do a detailed scan. Okay, so you want to bind these keys or joystick buttons so that you have all this set up, which you should really have them set up anyway. But you know, even if you've just been doing combat before or whatever, you should have scanning stuff set up. Alright, so we've got 2 now. As I say, what we're looking for is at least 1, preferably 2 Quantanium rocks in the sort of 20 to 40% range. Okay? 20 to 40% is worth it. Anything less, Not really worth your trouble, and you should just move on. You'll also find rocks that are not scannable, and they just, once you find the rock, it just won't scan. There's nothing you can do about it, just move on. Find something else, unfortunately. And you see how the one we're tracking disappeared now? So I'm going to do once this recharges, do a quick burst, and boom, there it is. You see what I'm saying? So weird. It took me a while to figure that out. I was like, what? Where'd it go? Okay, we're about to pick it up, because it's under 3,000. There it is. It's 2 of them. But look, see what I'm saying? It's not doing the little scanny thing. Nope, they're duds. What a great start. So I found 2 rocks, but I can't scan them. They're dead. They're duds. So, move on. You know what? Let's see what's down here. Be careful not to fly into rocks either. Keep an eye on your velocity indicator there as to what direction you're actually going in. There seems to be a lot of rocks out here. So, you know, bear in mind that big order I showed you at the refinery, you know, once I sell it at Area 18, I'm going to get about 650 thou for that. That was about 2.5 hours altogether it took me to locate those rocks. That took most of the time, and then cracking them and extracting them and getting back to base, you know. So it's about 2.5 hours it took. It could have been just an hour if I'd have been lucky and found them right away, you know. Like, you might drop out and just be right on top of a giant load of Quantanium. Other times you gotta look for it, you know. Okay, that's Bexelite and blah blah blah. Quantanium will always be at the top of the list, so when you scan. So if you don't see it there... Oh, and by the way, if you have a cluster, whatever one is, typically the others will all be the same. So you don't need to scan them all. But if they look like there might be like 2 different clusters or something, you know, then maybe you want to scan them all just to be safe. Because sometimes that happens. You have like 2 different clusters like next to each other, and they are actually different. So like I say, if this goes on much longer, which it probably will, I'll just fast forward, okay? Until we get to the... until we find something juicy. Okay, why is everything to the left of me? I want something in this direction. Okay, here's some. He says. No, that's almost behind me. Okay, never mind. You know what? I'm gonna... fly... for a while in this direction. And get out of this crappy area. Let's bring her back down under control here. Retro thrusters firing. Oh yeah. She's a pretty ship. For an industrial ship, she looks cool. Alright, so let's see what we got in a different area. Boom, baby. It's a bit better. Okay. Let's check this guy out. Oh shit, there's two here. Slow down. What are you? Oh. Oh! Well, hello there. That is exactly what we want. Look at that. 24.24% Quantanium. How about the other one? No, stupid. Wrong button. Yep, that's the same rock. I'm trying to scan your buddy. Probably have to get closer. Oh, there we go. Oh, only 4%. Okay, that's fine. Two rocks next to each other. I'll get all the Quantanium there. Let's just check out this other scan while we're here. I don't want to wander too far, though. How far is that? Where'd they go? But, yeah, let's keep those. And there's another one. Oh, never mind that one. Shit, dude. I don't want to lose those ones. Maybe I should not be greedy and just go after them. For the purposes of this video. Oh, you know what? We're nearly there. Look, look, look. I mean, you know, who knows what these are? Let's just scan them. Okay, Laranite, fuck it. Nah. What are you? I'm going to scan them all just to be sure, because they're probably different. See? Fastenite's different. Some people say, oh, if they're in a cluster, they're all the same. I've not found that to be the case. Seriously. Laranite. And what are you? You never know, you never know. Fastenite, this guy. Ooh, come here. Told you this thing flies like a brick. Here, Fastenite, and last one. Yeah, it was a cluster like this I found yesterday on Laranite. And they were all Quantanium. I was like, oh, hell yeah, boy. Alright, so anyway, we got our two. One's 4%. One is 24%. Okay. Alright, let's just reposition this. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Alright, which is the big guy? This guy. If you put those bunch of lights on, it'll light them up for you nice. Alright, cool. Turn that off. So, as far as positioning, okay? Actually, we'll turn off the lights. What you want to do is get pretty close, not too close. You can try using your WASD keys just to give a little thrust, you know. And you also want to go up and position it so it's just peeking above your radar, like about there, okay? Or just below it, whatever. That's good, right there. Not too much. There we go. Alright, so that's where you want to be, and we'll get to that little guy in a minute. So let's now go down to the turret. It's the fun part. It's also the tricky part. It's certainly not boring, I'll tell you that. Hour and 20 minutes. Finally, we get to the actual mining. Okay. So you could walk down there. Quickest way is to just walk backwards and you'll just drop down. Okay, you'll lose 1% health probably. Yeah, there you go. But don't worry about it. You will fix yourself when you sleep. You know, when you log off. When you log back on, you'll be fine. First thing you want to do when you get in here is hit Q to turn off the stupid whatever mode it is. Why Star Citizen, why SIG always sets the stupidest control modes for their stuff, I don't know, as default. Hit Q, now we're good. Okay, so it's scanning it. Alrighty, so you see how tiny the optimal window is? The green area where we want to charge? That should get bigger once we start charging. Now, if we, you can see the instability says 7.89 up there. That's pretty high. I don't think it'll be that high. Okay, you see how it reconditioned itself now? That once you actually hit it. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn down. I'm going to turn down the sound effects volume because actually I'll just show you. The mole's laser at 100% is so ridiculous and loud. Yeah. So obviously you don't want to deafen yourself. Why they said it that loud, I don't know. Like, you literally have to shout over it. It's insane. So you want to you want to come to here, just turn the sound effects down to like 25 or something. It's very sad. I hate to do that because I like everything up, you know, except for the music. But you got to, because it's just ridiculous. All right. Here we go. You'll find this is a lot more manageable. Aye, aye, aye. All right, so 24, so about a quarter of this rock is Quantanium. Okay, so let's do this. Enough talking. I'm going to get my fingers ready on the Alt-1 keys in case I need a kick in the brant. Hopefully, just take my word for it, you're going to have to go to 100 to crack this thing, because we're not using a surge or a stampede. It's just the... You know, it's just the Lancet size 2 on its own, okay? And actually, this takes even longer when you have like 40%. You know, the higher the percent of Quantanium, the harder the rock is to crack. But you will crack it. It's just, it's going to take longer. Sometimes it'll look like it's sitting there, or it's going backwards a little bit. But it will crack. You just got to be patient and just keep drilling and drilling and drilling. And why they have this window frosted like this, all these scratches, I have no idea. The side ones don't even have glass. So you're just exposed to space for some reason. Space and flying rock debris. This one here is so scratched with rock debris, you can barely see through it. It's like one extreme to the other. I mean, surely we have like transparent aluminum in you know, 30th century. Ooh. Okay. So we're gonna hold this boy here. You can see I kicked in. Thank God I kicked in the brant. No, down, 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 down. I kicked in the brant, and you see how much more stable it is. Look, the instability went down to 0.49. Okay. But you got to keep it in that green. Come on, boy, get up there. We've got 90 seconds before the thing runs out. Oh, and it discharges pretty quick. Sometimes I don't use the brant on these if the optimal charge window is big, but you will need it for the smaller chunks. Okay. But usually you can do it, if you have a bigger optimal charge window on this, you can do it without the brant. Gosh darn it, come on. Up. So you've got server lag on the power adjustment, so it's kind of annoying. I wish they, I don't know why they have to do it. I guess they have to do it through the server, but I wish they had, you know, more responsive mining server or something. Down a bit. Come on, boy, come on. I've got 18 seconds on this brant left. 15. But don't worry, we've got 15 shots with the brant, remember, so we're cool. Boom. Woo! And this is why you need them shields up like we put them. All right, so they went up high, which is pretty unusual. Anyway, let's scan. The ones without Quantanium, we ignore. We don't want to break them. They're not worth the trouble, okay? And trust me, you will need the brant on these fragments. Okay. When they have Quantanium in them. Okay, this one. So going to crack this guy. And once we get into the green, we'll kick on the brant. Which doesn't take long on these fragments. Look at how it's jumping. Look at it, look at it. Ooh. see how unstable it was? How it leaped up there? Boom, 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 you know? You don't want it doing that. So you gotta kick on the brand. This is why you need brands. Bring that instability down. And then it's just a matter of fine control as best you can with the server to, come on, keep it in that green. It's still tricky even with the brand, you know? Come on, you fudger. Come on, it's gonna drop. Okay, up a bit, come on. I'm scrolling up and nothing's happening. Down, 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 down. Okay, that's good. I got a little into the red, but it was okay. Alright, so these are ready. They're purple now, right? Look at that. Nice big chunk there. Nice big chunk there. Okay, so we've got two nice chunks. What are you? Inert. Okay. We already checked these, yeah. That's the other asteroid. Okay. What are you? Okay, we're going to break you now. This has a lot in it. Shit, we're right next to it. Okay, the Brant just shut off. That's why the sound changed. Let's get ready to put it back on again. And make sure that it's there. And of course it is, because we have 5 shots. These are all new Brants like on here. Take it up slowly, slowly, slowly. Look how much is jumping around there. You see that? Look. You see it? That's the freaking server lag right there, dude. Come off. Come off it. Nope. Shit. Motherfudger, dude. This is what you run into with the server lag. See, now I'm wasting Brant time. You see the clock on the Brant is still going down on the left there. I'm going to wait for all that red to go away. I think it's because I'm so close to it. Because your laser is, you know, the closer you are, the more powerful it is. So we got 48 seconds on the Brant. Let's see if we can get this into the green and crack it before the Brant runs out. So we don't waste it. Because when your Brant's on, activated, and you're waiting for that red to go away, you're wasting Brant time, right? But better to just back off, shut off the laser, let it cool down, and start again than lose the rock, because that's happened to me. One time I acted a surge by accident because for some reason the order was reversed. I had him in, and I don't know. And I basically exploded the rock and lost a big rock like this that was 100% Quantanium, lost the whole thing. It just literally vaporized. I was like, wow. No. Brant run out. So I'd rather use a Brant than lose the rock, you know. And that's why I have a lot of them. Whew. You see the shields took a hit there. Get off me. Alright, see, big old chunk there, 100%. Now, sometimes you'll find that, you know, one's obscuring the view of some others. Like, I don't know if there's any above me, so what I'm going to do, just to make sure, because I don't want to have to be cracking them when I'm under the timer, right? Just to make sure, I'm going to move the ship up a bit and just make sure I've scanned them all and I'm not missing one. God, whoever does these animations, they are too slow. Please make them go faster. No one would take that long to get out of a chair when they're in a hurry. Also, when he gets in it, you notice that his feet kind of get trapped in the door for a second. So that's not right either. Yeah, and people say, oh, it's too much trouble mining solo in a mole. Look, for the amount you get paid, no, it's not. So what are you, buddy? Oh, he's a big old chunk right there. He's a big boy. And you? Big boy. Okay, now I don't know. I can't tell the color from here, right? So let's go up and make sure that, you know, if we scan from this sort of angle, make sure we're not missing any. So we sort of want to do like that. See that one peeking out from behind there? Sneaky. All right, that looks good. So, and if you need to use the external view to position your ship. So it's all about strategic positioning of your ship, you know, when it comes to that. Okay, so jump down there, get back in the seat. I don't mind doing this 20 times if I'm going to make $500,000 on one run. You know what I mean? Once I sell it, once it's refined. Like, hell yeah, I'll do that. No problem at all. Alright, now, so let's just double check the yellow ones. We want to check and make sure that there's no other yellows that need cracking. Okay? What are you? Just borers and stuff. Okay. Just let it finish the scan so it remembers. Okay. It's hard to see through the scratches, but yeah. What is this guy? He's also that. Are you sure you're scanning him? Okay. Just inert. And what's this guy? Oh, okay. So that really is it. You know. And I know, like, I may be paranoid and I'm triple checking, but there's nothing worse than being under the clock and then you find a yellow one with Quantanium in it that you've not cracked yet. And you're like, oh, crap, you know? Because now you got to sit there and carefully crack it without exploding it and killing yourself when you're in a hurry. So you want to make sure that, you know, you're not missing any, because especially through this scratchy window, it's hard to see stuff. But I think we're good. All right, so that's that one. Let's go back up to the bridge. Come on. Slowest person getting out of a chair ever. Like, I will come to your studio, Sig, and be the mocap guy if you need someone. I'll do it for free so I can get out of my freaking chairs quicker. It would be worth it to me. Alright, there's the other rock on the left. And if we take a look outside, you can see as a result of our handiwork. So let's just use the WASD keys and just sort of sidle on over. And your bit too. Don't go too fast. Alright. And I want to go up a bit. But of course you want to get the best perspective you can from here, right? So that looks about right. That looks good. Alright. So now we're going to crack this guy. There's only 4% Quantanium, but, you know, it's better than 2. And since we're right next to it, may as well grab this as well. Because I know that that one rock with 24% is not going to fill the hold with Quantanium. So we will have the space. So we may as well get this as well. You know, if I had 2 rocks at 24, I wouldn't bother because that would probably be enough. You know, 30 or 40, definitely enough. Alright, let's do a little scanny scan. There it goes. And get ready on the old... this will be easy to crack because there's not a lot of Quantanium in it. So you see the size of the optimal charge window there is pretty huge. So we might not even need to use the Brant on this, but we will need to crank this bad boy up to 100%. Fortunately, it's so loud, sorry. Turn the volume down. So you just got to be patient and let the drill do its work. It'll get there. because it's a bigger optimal charge window on this one, I think we won't need the Brant. We should be able to hold it there. But for the fragments, we'll still probably need the Brant. Okay, here we go. Getting to the green. You see, it gets there eventually. This is a size 2. So you have to remember, you're not in a prospector here. This is a mole. This is a big boy. Oh shit. Wow, that just jumped into the red like a lunatic when I was too busy talking. You know, because I didn't turn the fucking thing down, did I? Let's get it back up. See, just let it cool off. It won't take long to get it back up there. Yeah, there's about a 1 to 2 second delay on the server responding to my power changes on the drill, on the laser. So you gotta think ahead, you know. There's about a 2 second delay between you making that correction to the power and it actually happening, thanks to the server lag. So just gotta remember that. I just want to keep it in the green, and hopefully it won't go crazy now. Let's just turn it down a bit. Here we go. This is better. Up a bit. Up a bit. No, not that much, not that much, not that much. Jesus, crazy server. Okay. Here we go. Down a bit. Down. Down. Okay, I think we got it now. Come on, come on, come on, come on. And boom. Gotcha, baby. Yeah, boom. Woo. That's satisfying, isn't it? All right. What are you? That's just a bunch of inert. That has a teeny tiny bit of quantanium in it. Nope, not interested in any of that crap. Oh, there's something. I think this is part of the same rock, though. Yeah, at the top there. I think it's the same rock. Weird shape. Okay. We'll double check it later. Okay, just inert. There's got to be a chunk here with something in it. Because that one only had 0.32. It's got to be this next guy then. There you go. That's the chap right there. Where's my... It's not giving me a thing. You know what I mean? It didn't give me the guide. The HUD. Oh, come on. Come on, server. I can't do it without that. Are you serious? Where's the HUD? Oh, idiot. I hit extraction by mistake. See? Turn on the miner laser. That'll tell you why you're not seeing it. Because you're an idiot. Alright, so let's just stand by on the Brant. Because the size of that optimal charge window and the instability there, this is most likely going to need it. And it won't take much power to crack this. There's not a lot of quantanium in it. Come on, boy. Up a little bit. Yeah, we're going to put the Brant on. Because that was a big jump it just did there for no freaking reason. So, very unstable. Put the power up a little bit. Come on. Now, remember, you got 90 seconds to do this before the Brant runs out. Come on, you little shit. Get up there. Gentle. Down, 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 down. And this is with the Brant on. You see how tricky it is to keep it in the green. But that's why I have a lot of Brants. In case I find a cluster, you know, I'll be mining for like half an hour, you know, breaking things up until I'm ready to extract. So you need 3 Brants, each with 5 hits on them, 5 goes, activations, whatever. But you see how it keeps it nice and stable for us. Let's go up a little bit. Come on, server. Up. I want to go up. Fucking thing. Down a bit. No, 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 no. Shit. Alright, they got blasted apart a little bit because I went a bit into the red. Okay, but I don't think we lost anything. Oh, all the inerts in there. Nice. So this should be all Quantanium, yeah? Yes. Well, mostly. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. What's that guy? Now, where's the bit with a little bit in it? Where are you? This one. May as well, just for a laugh. We're going to hit the brand. I think this will be the 5th one, so after this the brand will probably pop off. Oh, it did already. Up. Might not have needed to use it, actually. Because the optimal charge range just suddenly got huge. Okay, the server lag. You see how it's stuck? Look at that fucking thing. Cut the laser. That server lag is a biatch. And it will make you swear. Oh shit. Oh shit. Whew. Okay. You don't want it to reach the end of the green while there's still a bunch of red. That will not go well. It will explode and they'll fly everywhere. I'd rather just start again on the green. What have I got? 40 seconds? Okay. Alright, here we go. That was server lag. There's nothing I could do about that. It wouldn't adjust the laser. It wouldn't show me what the current status was of the green. You know, the rock charge level. I just had to wait for it to update and then take action accordingly. There's nothing else I could do. I mean, if in doubt, you know, scroll down to get that power down. But when it's not responding to your scrolls, there's not a heck of a lot you can do. You know what I mean? Just once it updates, scroll the hell down. Or turn the laser off, whichever. Alright, there we go. Got that guy cracked just in time. Now you notice that on the left there, I used up all 5 hits on that branch, so it now says offline and unequipped. And it's probably around here somewhere, floating around. Because it actually pops off. It's probably, I don't know where it went. But it's kind of funny. The first time that happened, I was like, well, why is it there? Why is it... It's just floating. How did it come off? Yeah, because it got used up. It just pops it off. So, all right. So let's see. Let's just check them all. Inert. Mostly cool. So we'll get that one last, but I mean we'll have plenty of space anyway. I think that's it, dude. I think that's it. What are you? Oh, I see. That's a big piece, and then this piece is in front of it, is it? I can't really tell. This stupid window. Why do we have windows that scratch so easily? What's this guy? Inert. Okay. So I think that's it. We're done with the cracking. So we can now move to extraction. So the rule of thumb, as it were, is to start with the biggest pieces of Quantanium and work your way down to the smallest. That way you fill your hold up with the good stuff, and then if you've got space left over, then you can get the crappy stuff at the end, right? So now if you look, I can actually reach the other rock from here too, right? So we're going to start with that because there's a bunch of nice chunks there like that one. I think I can hit them all from here. Yep. Yep. So I actually don't even need to move. See what I mean? So those people who are like, oh, it's such pain. You gotta keep piloting and then mining and then move again and move again and move again. No, you don't. Look, I got 300 meter range with this thing. See over there on the left, it says laser range 0 to 300, and I'm at 82. I can easily get these rocks from here. I don't need to move. I can pick them all up. The only reason you really need to move is when you're cracking them. But once you cracked them and you're ready to extract, you probably won't need to move unless there's like, 3 or 4 of them. But honestly, or if the 2 that you're getting are like spread out or something, right? But when they're next to each other like this, you can get them from the same spot. All right, so here we go. So once I start, the 15-minute timer will start. And what will happen is when we get halfway through, the yellow alarm will come on, yellow alert, and that's halfway. So you've then got about 7 minutes. Okay? So, here we go. Let's do this. So the plan is extract, 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 extract. Once we're done, quick double check, get the hell out of here. Get back to base. Store the ship, land carefully, and store the ship as quickly as possible. That's the plan. All right, so here we go. Come on. All right, that's it. Clock is running. 3. All right. Nom nom nom. Nope, you're yellow. Don't need you. Don't need you. I'll get you. Okay. Is that guy gone? He's gone. Okay. Don't need you. I will definitely get you. Nom nom nom. Sorry, I'll stop that. But yep, give me that one. Alright, what are you? Oh, yep, give me that. Oh, there's the timer down there, you see that? It just finally appeared. Come on. It's like, hey, volatile cargo detected. Unfortunately, that timer only displays... Okay, that's it for this one. Double check. Inert. Nope. 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 And that's it. No other purples. On to this one. Where's my big chunk? There you are. Come here. Now, 32 is a full prospector load, right? So, just to put that in perspective as to what we've got. No, inert. Nope. Nope. There's a little bit in there. Is that it? It's inert. Here, barrel. Barrel. I think that's it. So there's just that one bit, which I will grab right now. It's not got a lot in it. There you go. Come on, come on, come on. Alright, so we picked up a bunch of crap as well, but, you know, we've got 25 SCUs, okay, of Quantanium. Not too bad, not too bad at all. So, that's it. There's nothing else here. Let's get the hell out of here. Okay? Yep, I'm always paranoid double checking, but that's it. Get me out of the seat. Server. Oh my god. When it does that, I'm like, come on. Clock is ticking. Got about 12 minutes left. So we're doing alright, we're doing alright. See, so you see how that 15 minutes is, it's typically for like 2 rocks. As long as you follow this process, you know, crack them all first, then position your ship so you can reach them all in the least number of goes, you should be good. You just gotta be smart about it. Oh, come on, server, for goodness sake. Okay. Oh. We did not want to do that. That was a dumb move on my part. I should have backed off those rocks. Oh yeah, let's just crazy. still have the things, right? Yes. Like, did the bags fall off? Oh my god.
Quantum travel engaged.
That was such a noob move. But you see how it can happen when you're in a rush, right? You're like, okay, let's just get out of here. Boom. You just fly into a freaking rock. Why did I do that? I don't know. Probably because it's like 5 in the morning and I'm tired, but, you know. A simple mistake like that, I could have exploded. You know? What I should have done is slowly backed off or gone up. That's what I should have done. And then forward. Like, duh. You know? Common sense. Alright, so you can see how handy it was as well to have Crew 1 already in there for the Quantum. Well, I'm showing you all the things not to do as well. I was so lucky I didn't die then. She's a tough old thing. And actually, we can reset the shields now. To which I have just done. There we go. They're sorting themselves out. Back to regular. Just press the shield reset. And set that to comms. So you want to get that set to comms ready to, you know, ready to ask for a landing base as quickly as possible. Waiting on that cooldown, waiting on that cooldown. Come on, come on, come on.
Quantum travel engaged.
Right.
Quantum travel complete.
See that red building there? That's the refinery part of the station. There's a big old rock just sitting there. Assuming it's worthless, otherwise someone would have nabbed it by now. Alright, now we can go a little boosty here. Just, you know, be sensible about it. Aim for not the station, right? So you don't want to run into the station, because this ship doesn't stop on a dime exactly. But you don't want to spend all day slowly coasting towards the station either, you know? So you gotta give it a little bit of welly. Alright, we'll slow down a bit. Slow down a bit. And we'll ask for landing clearance.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
I would, if I could stop. Don't want to hit that turret. I told you this thing doesn't stop easily. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, I could turn and burn, I suppose. She's got it now anyway. I was about to do a decoupled turn and burn, but... Alright, where are we exactly? Jesus, where is it? Where do you want me to go? There's a refinery. Oh, there we are. Now, we're fine for time. You know, the yellow alarm's not even gone off yet. If the yellow alarm had gone off a minute or two ago, I'd be rushing right now. I'd be panicking a little bit. Getting a little bit sweaty. You know? But it's not even gone off yet, so we're doing alright for time. We only, you know, we just two and a little bit, well, one and a little bit of rock, right? So it wasn't a lot we had to do. So we're doing good. Oh, come on, faster than this, jeez. Alright, so let's just slowly, let's not rush. And let's not hit it. Remember, it's like carrying nitrous. I'm surprised hitting those rocks didn't freaking kill me.
Hydrogen fuel, 75%.
That woke me up. Yeah, it's probably only the fact that they were small fragments that I didn't explode. That's probably what it was. Alright, so gear down, VTOL down.
Landing gear down.
Okay, and let's bring that speed limiter right the fudge down so we don't slam into something we shouldn't. And we're going to gently do this. Alright, level her off a bit. Take her down. Level, level, level. And then slowly down. If you have an axis on your controller,
Landing complete.
I suggest you set it to up and down strafe. because that makes that really easy.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
All right.
Systems off.
I'm not even going to leave the shields on. I don't think there's anyone around here. Well, maybe there was, but it'll be fine. I just don't like it when, you know, when you get your ship back from storage and it's like all kind of messed up because you didn't shut it down fully. It's super annoying. Okay, let's drop down here. Get on here. Hit that. For some reason it thinks the engines are on. Send that back up. There it goes. Let's get the hell out of here. No time to waste. There she is there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Little money maker. Alright, let's go. Okay, come here. See? Now that wasn't even difficult, you know what I mean? So the people who are like, you can't solo mine in a mole. You know, LOL. I'm like, yeah, you can. And if you think you can't, well, that's up to you, mate. But you're wrong. You can totally solo mine in a mole and make a good amount of cash doing it in a decent amount of time. For the amount, you know. Okay, so what we're doing now is, as fast as we can, we are getting back to the ship screen, so we can store it. Once you store the ship, the volatile countdown stops, and you're safe. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Oi! Freaking game. Alright. Make sure you do the right one. Store that mole. There you go. It's now safe. That's what I like to see. It say stored. Good. Alright, and we can, of course, return your audio volume back to a normal friggin' level. Alright, let's go. You soon get to know your way around here. I'm running from excitement. Alright, so where we're going is the interior elevators, and we're going to the refinery. That red part of the station that we saw from the outside, that's where we're going. Yay, we did it. We found a decent rock. You know, wasn't awesome, but it was decent. You know, it was within that range that I found is worth it, which is 20 to 40 something percent. I think the highest it goes is 49%, something like that, 49.9. I've had one of 49 point something. That was nice. That was a nice find. This was 24, 25. It was around there, right? So. So if I had to guess how much this is going to be, maybe 100 and something? We'll find out. These people just stood around in my way. Move. Alright. So let's see how much the raw ore
Hi, good to have you
is
back.
worth.
Finding everything all right?
Just out of interest. So if you didn't refine it, it would be 116,000, you know. And you can see here that the bore is actually is kind of worth keeping. And that'll pay for your fuel, you know. But really, the Quantanium, the others, is nothing. You know, the Quantanium is, of course, the bulk of it. So anyway, 116,000 if we just sold it right now. But if we refine it, it will be double that. Now, it won't tell me the price on here, I wouldn't find that out until I took the refined ore to Area 18 at Alcorp. But I can tell you that the unit price is about 85 typically, so you can work it out. Alright, so what we do to set up a work order, you start here. This is the existing one I have, so just ignore that for a second. So you go here, select material locations, your mole, of course. There it is. It's about a third full, you know. Set up work order. And what you want to do is, yeah, we'll keep the boraes and, of course, the Quantanium. Make sure you set that. The other stuff you can get rid of. And the method we're choosing is the slowest, but the best. It's slowest and it's cheapest, but it gives it the best yield, okay, which is the Dynix solventation, right? We're not in any hurry here. If you wanted a faster one, you know, you could choose. There's others that are faster. So faster. So it tells you here very very low speed, low cost, but high yield. You know, so that's really what you want. So get a quote. It's telling me, okay, it's going to cost me 5,367 credits to do this. It'll take it a day and 16 hours. All right, so that ain't too bad. So do it. Yeah, and it's just saying the other stuff you didn't want. Are you sure you don't want that? Because we're gonna chuck it. We're gonna get rid of it. And I'm like, yes. Give it a second here. Don't do anything. There we go. Boom. Okay, so here it is. They already started. So they're doing the boraes. They'll pay for my gas, right? My fuel, and then the Quantanium. Now, if we work out, the yield is going to be 2,521.
Welcome.
If I, you can't see this, but I'm pulling up my
Feel free to take a look around.
Windows calculator real quick. And what was it? 2521? Oh, for crying out loud. Hold on. Won't let me come off here. I gotta get out of here. 2521. Alright, signing out. Let me just work this out. My Windows calculator. 2521 units times about 85 credits a unit. So it's going to come out to 214,285. So basically, I just made, once I sell this at Area 18 in 1 day and 16 hours, or whenever I get on the game after that, it'll fetch me 214,000. You know, so not bad. Now, if we see how long that took, we started mining about 40 minutes because I was giving the 101, you know, a little class on mining at first, so about 40 minutes. So I'd say that took us about an hour and 20 minutes, maybe. So an hour and 20 minutes, and we're going to make 214,000 off it, okay? Yeah, I can't do it until a day and 16 hours, but, you know, that's what I'll get. We could have got real lucky like I did on this one, and, you know, it could have been 8,000 or 6,000 or whatever, you know. So it could have been way more for the same amount of time, you know. This one actually took me 2.5 hours to complete because I had to search a lot until I found that rock. I was purposely looking for some really good rocks, and I didn't stop until I found them. So it was about 2.5 hours. This I was scanning for, what, an hour? Sometimes it can be really quick, though, and you'll just land there and boom, there's a bunch of rocks, you know? So it depends. It's all down to luck. But, I mean, on the average, you know, you make good money doing this. And it's easy, it's chill. So if you just want a different, chill kind of gameplay, you know, just to yourself for a bit, or with a buddy, whatever, mining in the air and asteroid belt is the way to go, you know, with a mole. I mean, prospector, if you have to, but mole if possible. Anyway, so there we go. So I'll be picking that up in a day and 16 hours or so, and going to sell that in my Starlifter at Area 18. Thanks, buddy. Oh shit, move. He's like, huh? So that's that. I mean, that's how you do it. That's refining, mining in a mole, mining Quantanium, solo, in a mole, locked and loaded, low prices, locked and loaded, I like it. They don't sell enough mining stuff here. Like, I had to go to, as far as clothes, I had to go to Lorville to Tammany and Sons to get decent, decent mining outfit. Anyway, I like the shop though. It's a cool idea. What does that guy do? Can you rent stuff? Is that what that is? Guild office? What do you do, buddy?
You see anything you like?
There's no options for you. I thought maybe I could rent something. Some refineries I've seen you can rent stuff. Oh, there it is. Equipment rentals. Okay. So you can rent ships. But yeah, they got some cool outfits, some cool jackets here. So if you're wondering where all the cool stuff is,
Hi.
it's actually here.
Welcome.
Corel 1.
See anything you like?
They have some cool jackets. Anyway, mining heads. But like I say, the Lancet size 2, I think you got to go to PO, among others. There's a few you can go to, but not here, unfortunately. Why they don't have it here, I don't know. Like, I know that the devs make that choice. Well, we can't have it perfect, Why not? Why the fuck not? In real life, in real life, a place this huge and dedicated to mining and refining would have all the heads. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't be like, no, we're not going to have the only head you want, just off principle, because we just like to make it difficult for you, Why don't you just put the freaking size 2 Lancet here? Like, come on, man. Come on. Stop messing around. This place is huge and you don't have that head. Come on. If it was a little tiny freaking Platinum Bay somewhere, I can understand it, but this is really... Oh, go for it, buddy. But the main Quantanium refinery in the game, and you don't have the most suitable head for it here? Come on. It's just dumb. It's just stupid. Anyway, well, that was it. That's how you make over 200,000 in about an hour and 20 minutes. Chilling, mostly, If you like industrial gameplay, especially mining. And actually, the cool thing about this is, if you're an industrial gameplay type of person, you get to do both, mining and trading doing this, because to get paid, you got to take it in your cargo ship and sell it, because they won't buy it here. So, you actually get to do both. You get mostly mining, but then you get to do a bit of trading too, which is, well, not so much trading, just selling really, but you get that aspect of it too. So it's kind of cool. You get to do both things. But that's it. So this has been longer than I thought, but there's quite a lot to go over. You got to do the pre-flight stuff. You got to get your mole set up properly before you go out. Like, it's worth taking the time to do that. Once your mole is set up, the ship modules, unless you've got the cash, that will come later once you make some decent cash. Just make sure you get at least one size 2 Lancet and a bunch of brands for it, okay? Speaking of which, is it going to let me do it? Sometimes it's still locked. Holy moly. Holy moly mo. Alright. We need to renew this guy with a Brent. Okay, so he's ready for next time. Brent. And I know that I've already used one on there, but that's why I've got, that's why you have 3. It's fine. One other little tip. If you're going to claim the mole, you need to take those consumables off first, because you'll lose them. The insurance doesn't pay for them. So when you get your new mole, your claimed mole back, it won't have any consumables, and you will have lost them all. And you know, so some of those modules that are not consumables, they're modules. You know, they can be like 60,000. Can you imagine if you had 3 of those on? You know, if you like to use those others, and you claimed it, well, you just lost 180,000 credits worth of modules, which sucks. But for Quantanium mining, you're just talking about 3 of these, like, what are they, like 2,000 credits each? They're not much. So even if you did forget about that when you claimed it, you'd lose about 6,000. It's not too bad. But just try and remember that. If you're going to claim your mold, take off the consumables first, because otherwise you'll lose them. But anyway, so here the mold's ready for the next outing. And that's it. You know, I don't think there's anything I've not covered, but that's the way to do it. Air an asteroid belt in a mole, lance it size 2 with 3 brants on it. Scan until you find a good one, 20 to 40 something percent of Quantanium. 1 or 2 rocks is perfect, like that. Crack them all first. Do not crack stuff without that has no Quantanium in it. Just leave it yellow. Anything that has Quantanium in it, crack it all down to purple. Once you've got all the rocks, you know, both rocks that you're mining, crack down all the Quantanium in them, crack down to purple. Position your ship ready for extraction. Hopefully, you know, so you can get both without having to move, just for speed. Go for it, you know, extract, and then get home as quickly as possible. Store your ship as quickly as possible, and then you're good. And then you just refine it a day or 2 later, or 5 days later if you got real lucky. You know, go sell it at Area 18. That's where you want to sell it. They love it there. Can't get enough. ArcCorp loves Quantanium. Okay, that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope this helps someone who's looking for, you know, something different to do other than, you know, the usual bounty hunting and whatever, or if you're just looking for either solo or you know, multiplayer mining if you want, because you know, you could do this multiplayer obviously in the mole, but you know, if you're looking for a quick way to make money and you can get a mole, do it. It's awesome, and you make good money doing Quantanium. Just follow the process and you pretty much can't fail. Okay, so hopefully that helped, and I'll stop waffling now, but thanks for watching. I appreciate everyone who's subscribed. I mean, you know, this is my little channel is just for fun. I just like to help new players, or players get into new stuff that they've not tried before, you know. It's not monetized or anything, but hopefully I'm, you know, helping a few fellow citizens out there get into the game, or make better progress, or, you know, it's all about helping each other out, you know. Alrighty, well, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. See ya.